What's going on, Bob Squad? Now, if you are like me and you've been playing College Football 25 so far, you've probably gotten gashed by a lot of Wildcat runs like I have. So what we're going to do is we're going to sing this Wildcat a little lullaby today and finally put this offense down for good. Now, before I get into everything, guys, if you do end up enjoying this video and it does work for you and you end up winning games in College 25 because of everything you watched here in this video, do me a favor, drop a like on the video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get into it. Now, I'm going to break down all the popular Wildcat plays right now, the tells for each Wildcat play, and how to individually stop every single play in each formation. Now, there's two main playbooks we're going to want to focus on for this video, and the first one is going to be the Arizona Wildcats. Obviously, Wildcat is in the name. They're going to have Wildcat in the offense, and they do have that Wildcat unbalanced formation that you've been seeing a lot of players run, and that has been giving a lot of other players a lot of trouble to stop. And the other playbook is going to be the Oregon Ducks. They have the Wildcat unbalanced as well as the Wildcat Jumbo Z weak. Now let's talk about all of the tells in the Wildcat formation, because anything that is not a direct snap is going to have some kind of motion involved, and any play in the Wildcat formation that has motion involved is going to have a tell attached to it. Now, the reason we are starting off with the Arizona playbook is because there are a lot of Wildcat formations, but the Arizona playbook has one play in it in particular that has been giving people the most trouble so far from what I've seen in College Football 25, and that is going to be the motion zone right here. Now, every Wildcat formation has a lot of motion plays involved in it. We have powers, we have counters, we have jet sweeps, but the motion zone is the only play where you don't really have a fake handoff, a counter handoff. You're going to have a lead blocker. This motion player in the motion zone is going to basically become a lead blocker, and it's become very difficult for people to find a way to either shoot gaps, contain the sideline, or just match up hat on hat and get the numbers game going for them en route to stopping their opponent from either finding a gap or finding the sideline en route to an easy one-play touchdown. So let's talk about motion zone here really quickly, right? And we'll talk about the setup, we'll talk about the defensive stuff here in a little bit, but I want to talk about the tells here, first off, right? So, in the motion zone, you're going to have a lot of tells, right? The quarterback is going to do either foot stomps, hand motions, hand waves, things like that. The motion zone, there is no tell. So if you see the quarterback do nothing, and you see just a motion happen, it is going to be motion zone. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the quarterback. Just look at the quarterback. Nothing. No hand movement, no hand gesture, no nothing. You're just going to see right here, we're going to have a motion player. And again, motion zone, you kind of get this lead blocker out here, and it becomes very difficult to stop. Again, a lot of people have struggled to contain or find a way to stop this offense here. And you can see there's no, like I said, there's no fake handoff. Let me go ahead and zoom in here. There's no fake handoff. It's literally just an extra blocker for the running back or whoever's back there handling the snap right there. And again, I'm not controlling anybody. I'm just, if the computer had better stick, the computer would go ahead and score that as a one-play touchdown. They could have went outside, could have cut up, it went inside. There's just a lot of room to run there, right? So this has been giving people a lot of problems. Motion zone, there is no quarterback hand gestures, no foot stomping, no nothing involved in the motion play. Okay, so now we are in the Oregon playbook, and I decided to move my camera all the way up here so you guys can see everything here below me. And there are a couple other running plays here and other motion plays in the Oregon offense, and these are the two primary playbooks that I've been seeing so far, is Oregon and Arizona in College Football 25 so far. Now, there are three primary running plays in the Oregon playbook. You're going to have the jet sweep, you're going to have the power, and you're going to have the counter. Occasionally, you'll see the DIY reverse. I don't really think it's that particularly good, but we'll go ahead and talk about it anyway. Now, let's get into the jet sweep. Jet sweep, again, very easy tell right here. The jet sweep is going to be a little hand motion right here, right? It's going to be a quick little wave with the hand, and the quarterback's going to look straight ahead. So let's go ahead and focus in on the quarterback right here, and you're going to see he's going to do a quick little wave to the sideline, look straight ahead, jet sweep right there. Now, keeping in line with the jet sweep, there is one set of plays that do have the exact same tell, and it's going to be the play action jet sweep and the jet sweep. So let's go ahead once again, and this time we'll go ahead and we'll call the play action jet sweep. Now again, it's going to be the same play, and we'll talk about the defensive setup later on. I promise you, you will not even have to worry about this pass play, this play action play. They will not even have remotely enough time to get the play off. But once again, you're going to see quick little hand motion over, quarterback's going to look straight ahead, play action jet sweep. The only two plays I believe in the Wildcat that have the exact same tell as to what play it's going to be. So that is jet sweep, and that is play action jet sweep. Okay, so we covered both jet sweeps. Now let's go ahead and talk about power and counter. Now there are two particular tells in power and counter, and we're going to talk about them right now. So in the power, in the Wildcat, you're going to notice the quarterback is going to take 1 foot stomp. Okay, make sure you guys are paying attention. It's going to be 1 foot stomp. Go ahead and take a look at the quarterback right here. It's going to be 1 primary foot stomp right there. You kind of see he does adjust his leg a little bit a second time right there, but it's not an immediate double tap, right? Keep that in mind. One more time, power, you're going to see the quarterback. He's going to go ahead and do 1 little leg hike, 1 little leg stomp, tap, whatever you want to consider it here. And that's going to be QB power, right? Quarterback's going to keep the ball, and we're going to go primarily either straight ahead or to the right. Not really a chance to cut back opposite side there. Now, let's talk about counter. Counter, same thing again. Now, counter, we're going to look for 2 taps, right? There's going to be one kind of primary foot tap, but then you're going to see a second one. So go ahead and once again watch the quarterback here. You're going to see 1 foot stomp and then a second one right there, kind of a big stomp, little stomp, right? And that is going to be our counter. Quarterback's going to go ahead and take it back and wrap around the weak side there. So one more time, just take a look at it here. I'm going to zoom in for you guys again, and you're going to see 1 stomp. Wait for it. 1 stomp, 2 stomp right there, right? Big stomp, little stomp. And that is going to be your tell for counter, guys. So make sure you guys are paying attention again. Those are all of the tells for all of the Wildcat unbalanced plays right there. Now, there are other plays. There is, I believe, the DIY reverse, but that is a direct snap play if I'm not mistaken. The quarterback is going to have the option to either keep the ball or hand the ball off right here to the wraparound player right there. But it is going to be a direct snap. And once again, we'll talk about the defensive setup for that here in a moment. And the other reason why the Oregon playbook is one of the most popular in the game right now, especially from a Wildcat perspective, is because they actually have a second formation within the Wildcat called the Jumbo Z Weak. Now, there are a lot of direct snap plays in this formation. There is no motion involved. Everything is a direct snap. We've got the halfback wrap. We've got zone. We've got QB blast. We've got read option. We've got power G. All phenomenal plays if used, correctly by the right person with the right stick skills. These are some dangerous plays. Now, we have a different defensive setup for the Jumbo Z Weak that we will also talk about later. I'm going to show you guys 2 different defensive formations and 2 different defensive setups for the unbalanced formations and the Jumbo Z Weak formations. But let's get into it, and let's talk about the unbalanced formation first. All right, Bobby, stop yapping. How do I stop Wildcat? I gotcha. Boys, the defensive setup is as simple as it can be. Even if you are not an experienced defensive, player, adjuster, good at setting up blitzes and things like that, clicking around to your user, I promise you this is as easy as it comes here. Dime 2-3 odd. Dime 2-3 odd is the defense, and we are going to come out in double safety go. Now, if you're at the top of the screen, it's going to be up 3 times on the left stick or the D-pad. And right there, double safety go, guys. And against this unbalanced look, we are going to have the exact same gap shoot against every single play in the Wildcat unbalanced formation. That goes for the motion plays. That goes for the play action plays. It even goes for the DIY reverse, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But let's talk about the jet sweep first. We're going to do every one of these plays. Right now, every single one of these plays, and what we're going to do right here, right? You see double safety go, the safety start to come down already. So we're going to click onto this safety right here. We're going to bring him down, and don't worry about, bringing him across the line of scrimmage. He'll go ahead and reset. And as you bring him down, we're going to show blitz. We're going to get everybody on the line of scrimmage, and we're going to click onto our other safety, and we're going to drag him right here, about 7 to 8 yards off of the line of scrimmage right here. And what we're going to try to do is we are going to shoot in between the center and the right guard on every single play, the center and the right guard. So here we go, jet sweep. We're going to wait for the motion right here. We're going to come down. We're going to get in there, and there we are. That's simple, guys. And it's going to take a little bit of timing on your part. Some people will, some people might rather have some kind of disengage or a loop blitz. Listen, I'm all about getting this tackle as soon as I can get it, right? Because right now in regs, where everybody's favorite team is Ohio State and everybody's favorite player is Quinshon Judkins, I would rather tackle this person in the backfield before they even have a chance to make a move, especially a spin move in college football 25. So once again, jet sweep. We're going to come down, crash down here, and right there. Now again, it's college football 25. Broken tackles are a little bit broken right now, and people are breaking 16 tackles from behind. If that happens, I just tip the cap, right? I did my job. I need my players to do theirs now. So once again, drag that safety down, show blitz, grab the other safety right here. We'll sit, we'll wait for the motion, come down, We're there. It's that simple. Now, the timing of each play may be a millisecond, a hair off, but let's go ahead and check it out here. Once again, double safety go. Now we're going to go up against the power. Power, once again, we're going to drag our safety down, show blitz, click on the other safety, bring him over, and here we go again. Now power, again, we know all of our tells, right? We know one stomp right here, we're going to come down, and right there, we're in the gap again. We got the quarterback again. Again, I want to make this tackle before they even have a chance to make a move in the open field, because in this game, depending on the player, the spin moves, the juke moves are out of this world right now, and I don't even want to give them a chance to see daylight, to see an open space. All right, same thing again. Now let's do it for counter. One more time, double safety go. We're going to come out and counter now. Once again, click on our safety, show blitz, click on our other safety, bring them over. We'll sit right here, and now we're going to wait for that double tap, right? Counter is going to be a double tap of the foot right here, and once again, we're going to shoot down here, and we're going to get in the gap here. Now, sometimes you may overshoot, or you may, you might think it's, power instead of counter, and you might end up missing the player. If you get in the gap, what's probably going to happen is you're going to jumble up the blocking system, and you're still going to be able to have somebody else make the tackle. Now, I want to make the tackle, right? I would prefer to make the tackle just like that, but you're going to end up blowing up the offensive line so much that somebody is going to free up either way. But again, I want to make the tackle, right? I'm very keen on this is the defensive setup, and I want to make this tackle if I can make this tackle. So once again, I'm in here, bam, just like that. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. Oh, and we're going to talk about the Arizona play in a second, too. We'll go back to motion zone here momentarily. But one more play while we're here. Two more plays, actually, while we're here. Maybe all three. Let's go ahead and talk about the DIY reverse, right? DIY reverse. Okay, well, Bobby, how am I going to stop DIY reverse? There's no motion, right? Don't worry about it. I got you guys. Again, we're going to sit in the exact same spot. We're going to sit in the exact same spot. Now, what we're going to do here, let the computer handle the left side, right? If the quarterback's going to keep the ball, let the computer handle that. So I'll go ahead and let this run real quick. They have the left side covered. They have the left side covered. We're going to play the reverse. And guess what? We're going to do the exact same thing one more time. Now, there's no motion, right? So as soon as they snap the ball, guess what I'm doing? I'm shooting right down. I'm shooting right down, and look where I am. Look where my user is. Right where the reverse is. One more time. Hold on. Let's go to the replay. Play a snap. Ball snapped. Where's my user at right here? Let me lock into my user. Right through the gap, waiting for the reverse. Right there, guys. The same shoot every single time. But Bobby, what about the play action? What if they pass the ball? Say no more. Same thing. One more time. Play action jet sweep. Bring this guy down. Same thing. They are not going to have time to pass the ball here. But let's go ahead one more time. Now, we might not be able to get here. I think from what I remember, my user won't get here. But guess what? That play takes so long to develop that either that linebacker or one of the DNs, somebody is going to come free every single time against this play action pass. The play action jet sweep one, I don't think your user will get down into. But the other one we'll talk about here in a second. Your other one will, right? And right here again, he doesn't have time. He has zero time to throw that football. But let's go ahead and go to the other play. I believe it's the double reverse, right? It's the double reverse pass, if I'm not mistaken. So one more time. Double safety go. Jet reverse pass, right? One more time. Drag them. Show blitz. Click on. This time your user actually can get in the gap for this one. Your user will get in the gap here. And let's see if I can get down here in time. I screwed that one up. That one's on me. But again, they're not going to have time to pass the ball. They just won't. But because I'm a man of my word, and actions speak louder than words, I will shoot this gap. I promise you. One more time. Let me get down here. One more time. I will get down here. I promise you I will get down here. It's a timing thing. Even sometimes I don't perfect the timing, but let's try this one more time. And there we go. And we're in there, and either I'm making that tackle or the computer's making that tackle. Either way, they do not have time to pass the ball at all. And I had to circle back to this play one more time. We are back in the Arizona playbook, back in Wildcat unbalanced, and we're going to go over to motion zone really quickly here, guys. And just like everything else, drag down, show blitz, click on here. One more time. Now, I will say with the motion zone right here, I like to wait until he gets to about the left tackle spot right here, but guess what? Right there, I'm in there. I missed the tackle, kind of chipped him a little bit, but we'll do it one more time just for the fun of it. Guys, this is a universal gap shoot for the Wildcat unbalanced right here. One more time. I'm going to wait for him to get to the left tackle. I'm going to dive down, and I'm in there. It's that simple. Okay, so that's everything for Wildcat Unbalanced. Now, we have the Wildcat Jumbo Z weak formation found in the Oregon playbook, among a couple others, I believe, and we have an entirely different defensive setup for these set of plays. Now, we are in the 3-3-5 split, again, found in the 3-3-5 normal playbook, not 3-3-5 tight, 3-3-5 normal. 3-3-5 split, hot blitz 3. Now, what you're going to want to do here, in the Wildcat Jumbo Z weak formation, there is a solo side receiver. You want your middle third to be lined up to whatever side the solo side receiver is on. So if they have, and most people are going to run their plays to the wide side of the field, so their solo receiver will be on the wide side of the field. So if your wide side is left, you're going to want that middle third to be on the left. If you want it on the right, right? So we're going to turn auto flip off, because otherwise what you can do, but what I wouldn't recommend, what you can do is you can just come out with auto flip on, but you're going to have to flip your play every single time. And depending on how fast you can get your adjustments off, I can do that, but some people can't. So for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that. But if you want to, you can come out with auto flip on. Just know that when you call hot blitz 3, you're going to have to flip your play immediately and then make the adjustments I'm going to tell you to do here in a second. So we called our hot blitz 3 defense, and here are all of the plays in the Jumbo Z week. We have the halfback wrap, we have zone, we have blast, read option, and power G. Let's go through them all one by one here. We'll start off with halfback wrap. And again, as I said, right, we have our solo side receiver here on the wide side of the field. Most people are going to run it like this. They would not run this to the short side, but if they do, again, you can come out with auto flip on and then flip your play and make all of these adjustments. But all we're going to do, guys, we are going to show blitz. We're going to hit Y and then right bumper on the Xbox, or triangle and R1 on PlayStation. We are going to man up the outside corner, the X button right here. We're going to man up X onto the running back, which is going to help us fill gaps for other plays later on. You'll kind of see, because if you keep him in the outside third, he's going to kind of stumble back way too far and not be able to fill certain gaps on certain run plays. So we want him to kind of still stay floating around a little bit to fill gaps later on. And then we're going to go ahead and blitz A and B here. We're going to blitz the slot corner and the outside corner, and we're going to just drag our outside corner in, because if they do try to get outside, just dragging your outside corner in and blitzing him will afford you the chance to just get right in there, and that wide receiver is not going to be able to make that block, and they're not going to be able to get to the sideline. So once again, I'll reset the play really quickly here. We'll show blitz. We'll man up X onto the running back, blitz A and B, and we're going to sit right here. Actually, we're going to sit here. We're going to stand all the way back here, and we're not going to move. We're going to stand back here, and for halfback wrap, you're going to see right there, one of our linebackers is going to loop in right away and just get to the quarterback, or excuse me, the running back right there. So show blitz. We'll man up to the running back, blitz these two, drag, and we'll just stay on the safety here up top on the middle third. And right there you can see easy tackle made right there. That's halfback wrap. All right, so same thing again. We're going to call our hot blitz 3. This time we're going to go up against Wildcat Jumbo Z weak zone. And again, same thing. We're going to show blitz. We're going to man up the outside corner to the running back. We're going to blitz A and B, and we're going to stand right here. And this time we're going to get a little loop right here from our linebacker and right there. And even if we don't get the loop, or if he maybe breaks a tackle, right? Us dragging in this outside corner and blitzing him is going to prevent this outside receiver from being able to block him. Just dragging him in a couple inches right there, you're going to see he's going to come in free, and that sideline is just not going to happen. And again, if I can get to the right player here, you can see right here our outside linebacker, our linebacker is going to just go ahead and loop right in. And it's that simple, guys. It's really just that simple. All right, now let's come out in QB blast right here. And this is the one where I will say has like maybe the most potential to kind of trip you up a little bit here in this defense. But as long as you fill gaps, you should be fine here. And this is why we're manning up the outside corner to the running back right here, because if you just keep him in an outside third or any deep blue zone, he's going to drop back really far and not really help you out in the run fits here. So we're going to go ahead and call this real quick. And right here, your user is just going to be responsible for kind of running down right there. And as you can see, like, I don't know what just happened there. Somebody just got tripped up and vanguarded in College Football 25. But let's go ahead and do it again here real fast. And again, we'll man up to the running back. We'll do this. And again, your responsibility is going to be just to fill this gap right here in the middle. You don't want him to just go up, and then they'll take care of the rest of it here. And as you can see right here, where are we at here? So the outside corner, again, the reason why we man him up to the running back is because otherwise you see he kind of just stays pat right here. And then he kind of, tries to come back and maybe help out a little bit. But he also kind of sets the edge for you as well. And that's kind of what we want, right? We want somebody to be able to fill the gaps for us. Right there, as you can see, we have, the vert hook right here, or the hook curl is going to help us fill a gap. And then he's going to circle around too to kind of help us out here on the back end as well. And if they end up cutting it outside, he's kind of already here outside to start the play. So it's all about the run fits in this Wildcat stuff. I know a lot of people don't really notice things like this. And just a quick little tidbit for you guys too, to go off the beaten path here. If you guys hold right trigger or R2 on PlayStation and X or B on Xbox, or square or circle on PlayStation, you can actually see the run fits to either the left or the right side, right? So you can see what our run fits look like to the right and to the left. So knowing these gaps and knowing where, who's filling what gap at any time will really kind of help you out with your run defense, not just for Wildcat, but for any game, whether it's Madden or College Football 25. So just keep that in mind here. And again, so we'll do this again. We'll blitz everybody. We'll man up to the running back, and we'll shoot down here. And again, right here, we just want to fill this gap right here. We want to make it just jumbled enough to where they can't really make a play here. So that's going to be blast. And then we're going to go back to, what was the next play? We have a read option here. So read option is going to be the one that puts the most stress on your user. Of all these plays, read option will put the most stress on your user. Now, again, we're going to sit right here up top with our middle third, but we got to shoot right down here. We're going to have to shoot down and to the right a little bit here. And we're going to have to be able to shoot this gap right here. And as long as we shoot that gap, I believe it's between the center and the right guard. Let me double check here. As long as we shoot that gap, again, we have our outside corner coming in right here because we moved him in. As long as we fill this gap right here between the center and the right guard, we're good. As long as we fill that gap, we're good. Right there, you can see we fill the gap. It's that simple. Do it one more time. Show blitz, man up the running back, blitz these two, drag them inside. We sit right here. We shoot down here. And that time he did get out a little bit right there. I got to see what happened to my outside corner. I don't think I dragged him in enough. That one might be my fault. Let's drag him. Let's take a look again here. And he did actually get chipped right there. You see, he did get chipped. So you want to make sure you drag him in just enough to where he's not going to get chipped, because that little bit right there matters. That little bit matters. So let's do it again here. Run it back one more time. And if you have enough time, just drag him in as far as you can. Helps out a little bit. And then again, we'll shoot down here. And that's just a bad tackle attempt by me. But you can see right there, we're there. We are there. One more time. Get this one more time. Get down here. And there you go. We fill the gap. As long as we fill the gap, everything else should be taken care of right there. And make sure you're dragging your outside corner in just enough. And then finally, I believe we have Power G. And Power G is going to actually do the same thing that our defense did against zone. And we're going to go ahead and get that looping linebacker to come in. So one more time. Power G, we're going to show blitz. Man up the running back. Blitz these two. Drag him. And you're going to see our linebacker on the right here should loop right in here again. And he does. And even if he doesn't, or if they break a tackle, you're going to see it's going to get blown up. It's going to get completely blown up right here. We have a linebacker in the gap. We have the slot corner over here getting in. We have the outside corner in here getting in. So really, we're just taking away the entire outside. If they can beat us up the middle, if they can somehow find a way to maneuver and juke and spin and break 6 tackles through the middle, through the A-gap, you live with that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it does happen, you live with that. But that's it for the Wildcat defense, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, a comment on the video, man. Hit the subscribe button if you really, really enjoyed it. I would greatly appreciate it, man. And I will see you guys next time.